Even what with their own entitlement, it is not in education. Is it not people with disability? Is it not we that need this thing more? So is it this group of people with disability that the federal government will marginalize? No. Now, we had an info that the list is still with them. The program is about to kickstart. They want us to keep quiet until they don't forever put their own families inside that 46 names, 66 names. For that reason, that's why we are here this morning. Let's allow Musa come and explain to us why he kept our list outside and he's telling us that our list has been hijacked by who? He is the state coordinator who hijacked the list that he doesn't know. That is why we are here to demand. Jonathan, nothing shall discourage us. We need to stop that mentality that people with disability deserve just a charity. It is our right. We have PhD holders. We have degree holders. We have HND holders. We have graduates. We have educated people. We need to be carried along. It is our entitlement. We are also Nigerians. For that reason, we are not nothing shall discourage us. We are going to be here.
Nothing. We're always who go die. Who go die?
You, I want me to talk.
Me? Nobody are watching.
The world is watching. It's live.
Okay, the world is watching.
The world is watching. It's live. So what really is your problem here? Why are you guys here today?
We are here for the discrimination of...
Yeah, the song. Because of the song. So let me hear from you. Why are you guys here today?
We are here to protect on what the federal and the state government abandon us. There is a law that 5% of employment should be given to persons with disability. And recently, the federal government initiated a program that favors the person with disabilities in the whole Nigeria. But this, coming to BENUE, the state coordinator of the program,
louder so that we can hear you well.
The state coordinator of the program in BENUE State, the state coordinator of special employment in BENUE State is saying the politicians diverted our list. So we are here today protesting that we need the list back to persons with disability.
Are you talking about the 774,000 jobs that the Mr. Skayamo-led ministry is facilitating?
Yes, but in BENUE State it's 23,000 opportunities for the indigenous of BENUE State.
Okay. So your list has been diverted to where? By who?
According to the coordinator, the national coordinator representing BENUE State, say the politicians diverted the list. And we don't know those politicians. Okay. We want them to come here and give us the list, then tell us the politicians that diverted our list.
Okay. So, I believe Nigerians are watching you all over and they are in solidarity with you. And we pray that the National Directorate of Employment will attend to your matter and make sure that your list is restored and you guys benefit from this. After all, it's just a 3-month program.
That's a 3-month program. If they cannot employ us, but these ad hoc workers, man, they will not give us. It's wrong. It's wrong.
So what's your name, please?
My name is Collins Waiter.
Collins Waiter.
Yes.
Nice speaking to you. I mean, with you is solidarity. Every social injustice in Nigeria must be resisted. So I support your cause, and I pray and I believe that today's action will facilitate and catalyze justice for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are saying no to this.
Block them, they'll pass another route.
People are getting hurt.
But if you allow them, they will make vehicles think that there's road, vehicles will be coming.
Before this program is started, we came here and the Fed Secretariat negotiated with the protectors.
They will not come through, they will come here until they will change their route. But when the Okada is coming, vehicles will see them and think that there's road. That's why, because of the Okadas that are coming, that you still see the vehicles coming. Vehicles are thinking that the road is open. But the moment the Okada stops passing here, vehicles will not pass here.
We are here to communicate to the national bodies that you're here to our cry. We are here to pass the information to federal government to hear our 5% information is not given to BENUE State, which was already assented by President Mohammed Buhari. So my people, let us seek the place until our voice is here.
Live at the Federal Secretariat in BENUE State. Persons with physically challenged persons are protesting the exclusion of their names on the 774,000 jobs that the ND is facilitating. They accuse the ND of hijacking their list. The ND has actually alleged politicians hijack their list. As at this moment, no one is yet to know what is wrong with their list, what has happened to their list, who hijacked their list, if their names are valid. They had a peaceful protest here in front of the Federal Secretariat gate, and they're not satisfied that their agitations were being attended to, and they've taken to the road to put more pressure on the authorities to come out and address them. So at this time, security personnel have gone in trying to get some officials from the ND, National Directorate of Employment, to come out and address the protesters. So we are still waiting and hoping that we will hear from the authorities. Thank you. I'll be going closer to protesters to hear directly from them what exactly their issues are in their own words. Are you ready to talk to me, sir? Okay. So what are the issues? What are the issues you are protesting for?
The issue I'm protesting for is about the federal government special work.
Federal government
Special work.
Okay.
Where they talk about the Minister of
Can you speak out?
the Minister of State for Labour.
Yes. Yes.
Say that they should include person with disability.
Okay. Can you stay like this because of the sun so that okay, no, so that this placard is over your head, it's covering your face. Just something like that, so I can see your face. So you were telling me something.
So the minister said they should include person with disability in that recruitment.
Yes.
It is 774,000, which is 1,000 per local government.
Yes.
And the Disability Commission Act that the president signed, President Muhammad Buhari,
Yes.
sometime in January last year,
Yes.
that any recruitment or employment in Nigeria,
Yes.
it is 5% of the total number to the person to be given for the person with disability.
Yes.
So it was supposed to be 50 the local government.
Yes.
That is the 5%. So when we approached the ND who are in charge of the program, sometime in August, when we contact them, they told us that only 5 slots that they give the local government. We complained. What they say that they say we are not even grateful that they are giving us that 5%. But we keep quiet. In the process of to collect the funds to fill, they reduce it to 3.
From 50 to 3.
From the 50, they say it's only 5 they will give us the initial stage.
Okay.
From the one we go to collect from, that 50, the 5 they will promise us, they reduce it down to 3.
Okay.
But we still accept it. That is 3 per local government out of 1,000. So when we fill the form August, the first form, then the second form was in November last year, 12th of November. They give us the notification form, which we fill with the ID card. But now, what we are is here that they are flagging down the program in other states. We came down here yesterday to ask the director, one Mr. Secretariat, the state coordinator of the ND. He told us that the politicians have hijacked the process. Our own list have been cancelled and they are not giving us any slots anymore.
Okay.
Then we asked him, who are those politicians? We should know ourselves. And as far as we are concerned, it is ND that are in charge of this program. Our people suffer from all the 23 local government come down here. Some spend no less than 10,000 naira for transportation for that 2 trips to come and fill from here.
Okay, and from all the local governments, you people came down to Makurdi
to come and fill
the form.
Person with disability, yes.
Okay.
3 for local government. Okay. And now they are telling us that they are not giving us, even they diagnose every single number, they are not giving us our person with disability again. And in other states we learn that they give us some give there, some give praise, some give local with all the local other states. But in BENUE, completely, they deny us, they are not giving us anything.
So now that you are here, what do you expect that you can achieve by coming here today?
We come here protest so that Nigeria is here. Of course, we don't know who are the politicians who are judging this. Let them come and give us our right. It is our right to be participating in that program. That is why we are here protesting.
So, I've heard you, and I believe that I'm aware that some security personnel have gone in to talk to the authorities in there, believing that they can come and address you people here. So we are still awaiting them to come from.
Because we are are here for more than 2 hours and nobody have really come to address us. Only what we are here is threatening that if we don't leave this place, they are going to deal with us. That we are ready for them. We are not leaving until they come and settle our case.
We hope that your case will be settled soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. There are a lot of them that have been It's not fair now. This kind of people, you still. How many are they asking for?
This is just an intro. An introduction to what we are going to do. We are not living here without 5%. It's section 29 of the Disability Act 2018.
You can help them get someone from inside.
But in the reasons of it, this is an access rule. When you are protesting, why not you would have not go to any of the government offices?
I'm saying on their behalf. I'm not person with disability.
What we are saying, because at the end of the day, this is something else.
That's what they are doing.
I talked to some of the security persons to help me at least talk to the people inside. No, they were not part of them. I'm not even I'm not being recorded. I just went to this one. Are we part of? We are not part of.
Tomorrow it's going to be full force.
He's the leader here. Where?
Are you the leader?
Huh? Okay. I am the Director of Public Complaints Commission. If you have complaints, you understand, I want you people to stop and
An official has come to address the protesters.
What are you complaining about? What is your problem?
Section 29 of the Disability Act 2018 stated that every 5% of any employment should be given to people with disability. When the special public work started, we contacted the NGO. He actually agreed with us that it's our right that 5%, and even the minister was announcing that people with disability should be given their 5%, which every state did. BENUE said now negotiated to an extent that they give us 5%. Out of 5% of 1,000 per local government is how much? 50. Out of the 50, the state collector they negotiated on, they give us 5 names. They collected 45. Out of the 45, they negotiated and removed 2 names again. They give us 3. Out of the 3, people with disability 2 are around to do screening and the rest of the other necessary documentation. At the end, we had an info that there's 69 names. If it's 20 for local government, that's 69. The 69 names have been hijacked by who? asking who hijacked the list. No answer. And that is why we are here. We want to know who hijacked the list because the list is in the hand of the state coordinator of National Director for Employment, BENUE State. And he confirmed to us that actually the list is hijacked. And we asked him by who? Because you are the one coordinating all of this. And our list, we are with you. We submitted it to you. Everything was combined and given to you. And for us to hear that the list has been hijacked, we come, you still confirm that it's hijacked. Then where can we go to? He said he don't know, that we should hope for miracle. That is a miracle we are on the road to hope for.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have expressly told us the reasons why you are here today. What I intend doing now is to go in with you, who are the leader of these people, so that we can meet the coordinator. And let me hear from him. You understand? You have not told me your own version. Are you getting it? So please, you just tell your people, let them just clear away from the road. You, either two of you or three of you can enter my car and we go inside and meet with the coordinator. Take one person along with you. Somebody you think will have the understanding, clear understanding of what you have just mentioned to me, so that we can dialogue. Are you getting it? There is nothing that dialogue cannot do. Are you getting it?
Yes,
So please.
Yes, sir. We were going to follow you. I'm not to put that. But when you talk about dialogue, dialogue is a long process. This has come for immediate attention. Because this public work is about to start.
Our dialogue could even lead to immediate reaction from him or from the government. Are you getting it? We have not gone to him. Are you getting it? Yes. So just follow me. Let us go to his office. Let me hear from him. Are you getting it? Let me hear from him.
But
actually, we are worried that, you know,
The advantage is even the shareholder.
Sorry, we want the president to come and meet us here. Yeah. We want the president to come and meet us.
now,
He's a cripple, so that we give the wheelchair.
please, don't worry.
He's not
Don't worry.
Sir,
Yes.
I don't know. Can you know your name, sir, and how you intend to facilitate?
My name is Mr. Sani Gabriel.
Yes, sir.
Sani Gabriel. I am the Director of Public Complaints Commission.
Yes, sir.
I have just come from my house to enter my office at the Federal Secretariat.
Yes, sir.
When I met this,
Sir.
I cannot even enter. And I decided to park my car to find out what actually is the reason for this morning.
Okay,
You understand?
He has just
been told.
communicated, yes.
I have been given the reasons.
Yes.
okay.
And by virtue of my, position too, as the chairman of all heads of federal establishment, BENUE State, the coordinator also is under me. Therefore, I want the person in charge of these people to follow me. Either one or two persons to follow me, and we'll go to his office this morning
And resolve
the issue.
Okay.
Are you getting it? There is nothing that dialogue cannot resolve. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Even if you are on the road here from morning to evening, and nobody comes to attend to you, what you intend doing here cannot happen. Are you getting it? And I am working too in my capacity as the Director of Public Complaints Commission. So, let me just take one or two of you, and you give a chance for a while. Let these people, let them pack away this vehicle. Are you getting it?
No, let's see.
No.
So he's suggesting that
I am suggesting going with your leaders in, and you will clear away a bit from the road. Let all these vehicles pass. Are you getting it? When your leaders go in, whatever information they bring to you will determine either your continuous staying on the road or going back to your houses, or if you are still going to continue tomorrow. Are you getting it?
So are you sure you're not romancing our emotions?
Well, my brother, I am a civil servant.
We are grieved.
It's okay. I know you are grieved. And the office of the Public Complaints Commission is established to do this kind of job. I am doing my job.
To make an addendum to what you have already heard,
We saw Musa yesterday, and he confirmed to us that
Your leader, this young lady has already told me that. He has told me everything.
So that is what triggered our violence.
Don't worry.
By who? You are the state
Don't
coordinator.
worry.
So are you not supposed to protect our interests?
Don't worry.
Out of 5%, we're only giving 3 names.
Don't worry.
They would not make a complaint.
I have heard all those ones. I have heard
Faith.
Faith has already explained everything. Oga, I thank you very much.
Thank you.
All about what we need here is for us to make efforts and the government should cheer us. For instance, you are in your house this morning, we were in our house this morning, and we did not come out, you would have not known what is going on. And that is the reason why we are here. But understand with us, sir. If you went inside with our leaders and nothing comes out positively, we are going to continue.
The Public Complaints Commission has heard your cry, and we are going to take it
And he's the director of the commission.
We are going to take it up. You understand? We fight social injustice.
You are calling us to be covering us.
If injustice has been placed on you, the Public Complaints Commission has the role of fighting that. Good. So please, just give us your audience. No problem. Let me go with your leaders and meet, the director or the coordinator.
We are begging, we don't have too much protocol.
You go so that you come out.
All we need is our list.
Let our list come out.
You have a good phone. You can go.
Where are you guys to cover everything?
Let's go.
But this is has some nails on top. So we are heading into the Federal Secretariat, to the office of the National Directorate of Employment, and we are being led by the Director of the Public Complaints Commission, who has promised to spearhead the advocacy for the people living with disabilities. He has promised to go in with them and their leaders and find solutions to this particular issue on ground. We are hoping that it will bring a good result.
I just see you. I see you on time. I see you. And the academy, I say no.
Who does this? No, the car did it. The director sent me one carry the goods. So, since him at the point, just something. The director of the construction. So, I tried to go who they will talk to. So, Hold on.
We'll be going to
Able journalists.
the coordinators.
The first class journalists. with you.
Thank you so much.
But this one we don't come cover this event. I'm not happy with
No,
you.
I'm observing it. Journalism, we don't only use gadgets, we observe as well. And we put it on record.
It's alright.
Put it on record.
The funny thing is that this whole protest, this whole fight, is just for a 3 months job. 20,000 naira per month.
See, the problem is the people who feel they are the most able are the problem.
It's just a 3 months job, 20,000. The accumulation of the whole 3 months
and
is
these
just
are
60,000.
millionaires that hijack these things. It's not even those that really need it. It's those that already have it that hijack it. It's unfortunate.
It's really unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. As if
everybody's protesting in Nigeria. Even civil ward and what do you call it? Traffic warders protesting in Ilorin the last time. Magistrates. Yes, they started.
They started their work. Have they resumed their work?
Yes, they resumed.
Were protesting.
2 days protest. They have resumed.
Go that way. Go that way.
Oh my bros, I dey wait for your report. Going to the Federal Secretariat, being led by Mr. Sani Gabriel. Sani Garba or Sani Gabriel? I'm not so sure right now. He's the director of the Public Complaint Commission. He's leading this. Should I call it an advocate? I wouldn't want to call it a case.
Don't know how work is done at the federal level. Let me tell you. I come here, I am your visitor. I have introduced myself as the director. I am talking to you, you are busy writing. Is that how it is done in your office? You are busy writing instead of waiting to see that I have finished what I want to do with you. The way you even sat down receiving me is uncalled for. This is what you people will continue to say, sorry sir. And you will continue to fail. It's not good. Allow discipline to take place in government agencies, NDAs. None of my staff can behave the way you have behaved to me. I am telling you this.
Your Oga said you are saying it with a figure. This is really the chairman of the Federal Association. But you have his number. Don't worry, I have his number. Okay. I have his number. His number is not there.
The reason why I've come to see you, I was coming from my house this morning and I met the crowd. Every place was jam-packed. People cannot enter. People cannot go out with their vehicles. And I packed. I wanted to know what was the cause. Only to find out that the road was blocked by people with disabilities. I took them up to find out why they were doing that this morning. And they told me that the percentage number of candidates that were supposed to be given a job, this 1,000 naira and 1,000 job from each local government, you know, that they were supposed to get 5%. You know, it's okay. Which one? Fine. I was calling your line.
That's a man. Okay. State coordinator. AAC. State coordinator is around. The state coordinator, National Directorate of Employment is around.
Just walking. Just walking. That way they will call you.
They will call us.
Thanks to the intervention of the Director, Public Complaint Commission, Mr. Sani Gabriel, who has intervened and led this advocacy to the office of the Chairman of the National Directorate of Employment, the Federal Secretariat in Makurdi, BENUE State. The Chairman has just arrived to his office while we await that he settles and attends to the issue on ground. Sorry, what's your name and
Faith, yes.
Can you just give me a recap of what has been happening in the last 2 hours?
Yes, we are here, we are on the road to demonstrate for our right. We are peacefully demanding for the right of persons with disability, like I was mentioning. Section 29 of the Disability Act stated that every 5% of employment should be given to people with disability. So the 1,000 per local government job that the federal government is recruiting, that is a special public work. The 1,000, the people with disability were supposed to be given 15 names per local government, but they negotiated 5. From the 5 names to 3. From the 3 has finally been hijacked by them after people with disability went around to do the accreditation and all of them. So when we come to meet the director yesterday, he told us that we should actually work for miracle to happen. If not, as for now, there's nothing he can do. But we should hope that God will bring miracle from heaven. And that is why we're here on the streets, to demonstrate, to tell the world that if there are a group of people that are supposed to be marginalized, it's people with disability that BENUE State have marginalized. Other states, we call them, everything is moving peacefully. They told us that people with disability list has not been tampered with, but only BENUE State list has been hijacked. And the question is yet to be answered. By who? That is what we asked the coordinator, the state coordinator of National Director of Employment. He said we should hope for miracle to land from heaven. And that's why we are on the street, to demonstrate our grievances, our pain to the public.
So, we have just seen that the Director of Public Complaints Commission has meddled into to at least be a mediator who has led us here, and we are hoping that soon enough, when the chairman of the ND is settled, he will be there to listen to you. Apart from just hearing who hijacked your list, is it not just also important that not just who hijacked your list, but how can you be stated on the list so that you get to benefit from this program?
Yes, like hijacking the list is, I think they feel that the Study Persons with Disability can do has already that feel that we are charity people. You can just come and say, take them, God bless you. Actually, they were on the list, and initially when they compel it, they give us the first form to fill. The other original federal government employment form we also give it, and then we submit it back to them. They were supposed to give us ID cards. Some ID cards were not signed at the back. They said ask us to return it when the director signed. Actually, some were signed, but they even told us this, that even those that were signed, it's as if it's a picture on our hand. It's not going to work. So the list is intact with them, but I think they've just removed it, and then they may want to fix other persons. And then maybe the voice has been raised, and the Director of Public Commission has intervened now, maybe that might bring it back. Because yesterday he said that even at the die minute, anything can happen.
Well, thank you. In Nigeria, where we see recurring cases of jobs being hijacked, slots being given to those who are related or close to politicians or those in power, do you really think that the chairman, National Director of Employment in Makurdi, BENUE State has the power to re-enlist you if you were delisted?
As it stands now, we don't have that assurance, but as it stands now, we understand that it is only BENUE State. It means that this negotiation stops here. The hijack stops here. Any other state, people with disability are not marginalized. It's only here. So we have that full assurance that the whole thing stops here in this office. And that is why we are telling him that we don't want to go into a long dialogue. Dialogue might delay us. We want a quick action.
Okay. So, if you believe that the hijack is within the state,
yes,
and it's alleged that the hijack have been done by powers above the chairman of the NDE, are you so certain or optimistic that the chairman will be able to persuade those above him to undo what they have done?
Of course, if the list has been hijacked, he is supposed to also be aware, because the list was with him, and if he cannot persuade them, then the struggle continues.
Okay. When you say struggle, I want to wonder, blocking roads.
Yes, we will still protest on the street because we have nowhere to go.
Are you not worried and concerned that Nigerians were complaining today that traffic was disrupted?
Of course. Protest actually causes a kind of inconvenience. So, and is that inconvenience that calls for immediate action?
So what that immediate action is not addressed, will you go back to the street?
Yes, we will go back to the street, because even if the immediate action is not addressed, record will still keep it that people with disability in BENUE State, this also day on the 12th of December, and this also time they were marginalized and they were on the street, the whole world will watch it. And the record will be there.
But now, what comes to your mind seeing this kind of thing happening to people's villages? Are you disappointed with BENUE State?
Exactly, because we make contact with other states to know if only this state that this is affected. And actually it was confirmed. And even the three names they give us here in the state, other states we are giving 10 names, not 3. It's only BENUE State that are giving 3 names to people with disability for local government. Okay? So other states are doing their own amicably, peacefully, but BENUE State decided to keep people with disability aside.
What is the source of your information?
Actually, we are working with people. When we come here, the director also told us that the list is hijacked. Okay? And the director also confirmed it after the PA tell us this in the morning.
Thank you.
Still outside the office of the chairman, National Directorate of Employment, waiting for him to settle down. Apparently he's having a meeting with the director of the Public Complaints Commission. I'm hoping that after that brief meeting we'll hear from them, and we're optimistic that these issues will be resolved.